Hey everybody, this is Mr. Danzel for Digital Studies 7th grade, and this is Google lesson number 1. So we're talking about email today. There's 5 skills that I want to teach you today in this video. The first, probably most of you already know and are familiar with, but that is deleting emails. So if you want to delete an email, all you have to do is check on it and then go up to the trash can right here and click delete. That's if you're looking in your inbox. You can also, if you open up an email, after you're done looking at it, you can click on the trash can that way. You can also, this is unrelated to what we've talked about before, but if you open an email and you want it to still appear as unread, you can go to More and mark as unread, and it will still be there. Creating labels. So to create a label, labels are a way to organize your emails. You can see I have some labels here and here and here and so on. To create a new label, there's a couple different ways. One, you can go over here into this area where all your labels are housed. You can click on More, and then you scroll down to the very bottom and it will say Create New Label. So you type in here the name of your label, and maybe you want it to be Digital Studies, and then you click on Create. I'm not actually going to do that because I already have a Digital Studies label. But that is how you create a label. You can also color code your labels. If you just go over on top of the label, go over here where the square and triangle is, you click on it, label color. You can select one of the ready-made colors, or you can add a custom color. Applying those labels. So once you have the labels, you actually need to use them. So these two labels right here are actually, or these emails right here, they're something that I want to add a label to. So I check them, and then I select over here. It was already as a forum. I don't want that one. So I check over here, scroll down. I want it to be school policy. I click on school policy. Boom, there's the label. You can also, if you open up there, you can look at, by looking at the email here, you can then click on the label and add the label that you want. Next, you can also, sorry, I almost forgot, you can archive an email. So if you go in here, you've already labeled it, you want it to go actually in that folder, you then click on the archive button. It is gone from your inbox, but if I go down in here, there it is. And I'm actually going to put that back into my inbox and mark it as unread. Next, creating an email. So obviously to create an email, you're going to click on Compose. So we go right over here, it pops up this window. Here's where you put in your new, or your email. So if I'm going to send an email to Mr. Shipley, I would type his email address in the To section. Putting a subject is also putting a subject in an email is obviously a good idea. So if we want to come over here, maybe I want Mrs. Rohr, our assistant principal, to see this email. So if I'm sending it to Mr. Shipley, Mrs. Rohr is going to get a carbon copy of that email. And Mr. Shipley will know that Mrs. Rohr is getting a carbon copy of that email. But let's say I wanted our superintendent to get a copy of this email. I want her to know that my room is hot, but I don't want Mr. Shipley and Mrs. Rohr to know that she's getting the email. I can put it in the blind carbon copy, which is kind of cool. Another way you can label emails is going over here, clicking on this little triangle, label, and then you can select the label that you want. And then lastly, attaching files to an email. It's very simple. The paperclip right here. You click on Attach Files, and then you select the document that you want. In this case, maybe I'll select something on the desktop. Maybe I want that to be attached. I select it, I click Open, and it will attach down here. So when they receive this email, they will get the attachment. And last thing, if you are creating an email and you decide later that you actually don't want the email, you can click on the trash can and it is gone. That is Google Lesson 1, Email.